I think it's fine as is. This is an underexposed photo. We got the skies are gray, but again, no data in the shadows and in the highlights and whites rather. And what we could do is just amp the whites, right? Look at our shadow clip warning, right? And first of all, at least for this challenge, I would even go harder. I would just really like create that contrast. We're there anyways. So now here's the before, here's the after. I made it even darker, right? I made the shadows darker. But at the same time, I took the whites, this was the before, and I amped up the whites. But notice the shadow clips. The shadow clipping doesn't really change because it's so extreme. And look at the histogram. Look at that histogram. We're moving the exposure over to the whites, but that peak of black, because it's so extreme, it's not really moving. So we're maintaining this style, this look that you're going for, this very, non-intuitive, extreme form of creative exercise that we're calling under or overexposure. We're maintaining this wacky creative abstract form, but we're instilling a little bit of balance so that we can at least take in the photo on some subconscious level that'll make us feel a little bit better, which again is what good photography is about. It's about the viewer seeing a photo and being like, oh, that's a good feeling. And often these critiques are a bit technical, but ultimately it is to kind of balance out the emotional intake, if you will, of the viewer, right? So still extreme, still, a lot of missing detail. Blacks are completely crushed here in the spectrum, and the whites are as well. There's nothing here. Very filmic, very extreme. So just to remind you, here's the before. Again, you pull everything down, it gets a little bit flat. Excuse me, gets a little bit gray. We see gray skies. Again, nothing wrong with that. When I first looked at it, I liked it. But I think with a bit of a pop, while maintaining or even leaning more into the really, harsh underexposed that I added to here, I think that pop really helps. You don't want it to pop so much? Cool. Just pop it a little bit, I think it just helps lift it out of that flat territory where we have basically a neutral gray sky, whereas after we have a little bit more white in the sky. Again, creates that balance and will make us feel better, if you will. Can I ask you something? You like photos? Do you like bearded guys talking about photos? Well, maybe you'd be interested in our weekly Patron Plus Screencast critique. It's a 40-minute video delivered to your inbox where I cover around 15 photos from people in that tier. Or maybe you just like to become a regular patron. The regular patron tier costs just $2.50 a week, and you get access to all kinds of things. You get to see the album after deadline, you can tweak your profile photos, you get advanced filter functionalities, and you get access to my entire Shooting 101 course. Want to know more about the course? Listen to this guy. Shooting 101, Photography Fundamentals. What are you getting in this course? Well, what are you not getting in this course would be a better question. I divided up this course into 3 modules: lighting fundamentals, the fundamentals of composition, and an introduction to manual settings and the exposure triangle. In lighting fundamentals, we do a deep dive into directional light, studio lighting, and lighting patterns, and then we try and find these patterns in real life. We talk about the best places for natural light and how to best use natural light in your photographs. In the composition module, I break down all the main composition fundamentals, including horizon lines, rule of thirds, looking into the frame, walking into the frame, headspace, cropping, leading lines, minding your background, minding your foreground, when to break the rules, rule of odds, balance versus symmetry, the Fibonacci sequence, and the importance of triangles in your shots. We round out this course with camera fundamentals, an introduction to shooting in manual and understanding the exposure triangle. We go into aperture, shutter speed, and ISO, when, why, and how to use all these settings to take full control of your camera. Check out some sample videos below for the actual course content, to see my conversational style of teaching, and of course my sometimes bizarre sense of humor. If you're looking to launch your photography education, look no further. This course is where you should start. Happy shooting.